ourselves. And there's one small belief that I think if we could just flip it around, could change everything. And that's the belief that the environment has to be safe before we can be who we really are. How many people have thought that? If the environment was a little safer, I might speak up. Well, here's what I've learned on my inner journey to leadership. Speaking up makes the environment safe. The environment adapts to you. It's our job to speak up and see what happens. Now, I wasn't always willing to speak up, and I can trace that back to an incident that happened when I was in the Army. I was a brand new lieutenant, fresh out of West Point. I like two things, to look good and get it right. So when I showed up at flight school, I was ready to kick butt and take names because that's the kind of girl I was. So when I failed my first check ride, which is an assessment of how your skills and abilities are progressing in the cockpit, I was mortified. I'm not the kind of girl who fails. When I failed my second check ride, I was mortified and terrified because I had to go stand in front of a lieutenant colonel and hear him say whether or not I got to stay in flight school. I still shake thinking about that day, standing at attention in front of his desk, because I hadn't slept very well the night before. And I could feel my stomach churning, wondering what the outcome would be. And I could feel the sweat dripping down my back, and there was no moisture in my mouth. I sure hoped he wouldn't ask me to speak because I don't know what I would say. And seconds felt like hours as he flipped through my file looking for some indication about whether or not I was good enough. And when he finally spoke, I wasn't sure I wanted to hear what he had to say. Lieutenant Stein, I've decided to let you stay in flight school.